Kanapa na horyzoncie wraca. Autorski cykl rozmów z gośćmi i gościniami festiwalu rozpoczęliśmy w ubiegłym roku. Cieszę się, że ten cykl wraca. Siedzimy na kanapie firmy Numa, firma, która jest partnerem tego cyklu, i cieszę się bardzo, że firma ta dostarcza wspaniałych mebli i dodatków o minimalistycznym, ponadczasowym designie. A gościem dzisiejszego odcinka jest Leonardo Van Dijlem, reżyser filmu Milczenie Julie. Leonardo, it's great to have you here in Wrocław at the mBank New Horizons.
It's great to be here.
I can see you are a bit tired. Can you say something about it?
Yesterday I went to a very good party with a really good Polish DJ, Zamilska.
Yeah, she's a very good DJ, yeah.
Yes, it was a really good party and I stayed a bit too long. So sorry for that, but overall, first day New Horizons was fantastic. Ready for day two.
Julie Keeps Quiet, the film that you brought us to the festival, is a really remarkable thing. I think that it combines sensibility and tension in a very good way. And I wonder, because the film portrays story of a young professional tennis player, and she struggles with some professional turmoil, and I wonder what brought you to the story.
It was, I guess, more like in a dramaturgical way. I was inspired by the story of Antigone. Because, like Antigone, when, she's a girl of 15 that, wants to bury her brother, and therefore she is questioning human's law by defending God's law and say that she has the right to do that, and she dares to say no. And, I wanted to do a bit the same, but then in sports, with, again, like a 15-year-old girl who makes a decision that is, for some people, maybe controversial by saying, I have the right to keep quiet. And in that way, she orders the audience to hopefully listen or start asking new questions about the whole topic. Should I speak or should I keep quiet? And what is, in both choices to win, but also especially to lose.
To me, the film is about the process of breaking the silence. And I was amazed by the visual techniques that you use to depict the process that she is going through. Can you elaborate more about on this?
I think in general,
How did you plan it?
In general, I wanted it to feel precious somehow. That's also why you shot it on film on 35, because it obliges you as a director to be very considerate, to really plan what you're gonna do, rehearse in advance, and and then execute. And in that way, what I mean, it is much about not exploiting the drama for the sake of having drama.
Yeah.
And more almost allowing something magical or spiritual to happen within a take. Because the moment you say action, and the camera starts rolling in that way, the fact that it costs money, the fact that it's something, a physical action happening, it becomes another moment in time or something. And then, when you say cut, that's over. And then you have to really think, okay, should we do another take or not? If we do another take, what is the purpose of this take? And it brings a very special concentration. And I think,
and it puts pressure, right?
Yes.
I mean, on you and the cast
exactly.
as well.
And what you say, that pressure and that fragility, in a weird way, that's also shooting on film or something. But most of all, I think, for me, it was also saying this matters, this is important. And we went that far that actually the last shot on the film we shot on 65.
Yeah.
I was the silence of Julie, it is as important as Oppenheimer in that way. Mm. That was for me maybe, my approach to combining fragility with the pressure.
Obviously, your film wouldn't exist without the outstanding performance of the main cast. Could you tell more about this amazing girl, because she's really a star in the film?
You know, when you say it, I get goosebumps again because I mean, I have exactly the same feeling, and it's fantastic as a director to, in a way, like just sit there and watch how good somebody is, and also not, you know, I did not create that in that way because, you know, like she is just by herself a force of light.
And I believe that it costed her lots of preparations for the role. I mean, both physically and psychologically.
Actually, in a way, you know, that's why she is that good. I think, you know, we decided to approach it very technical.
Okay.
I wanted Tessa, who plays the character of Julie, to stay as far as possible away from Julie. Because, you know, we don't need to go into the silence. We don't need to know what happened in order to understand why somebody wants to, you know, keep quiet.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like for me and Tessa, it was more like, you know, like this, making this movie and acting is first of all, just like learning the lines, knowing your position, and then, you know, within that, you know, like just saying it or something, but at the right, you know, how to say, like with the right intention or something. And she did that really good. And I think the fact why she is that good is because, first of all, she's just a really good a tennis player. And I think that her tennis career in that way, you know, prepared her for a role like this. Because as a tennis player on a high level, you are very smart. You are very independent. You have a good motoric system. So, you know, like, you know, you are fast with doing this and this and that.
Yeah.
You also have the habit to work with a coach, you know, so, you know, she is good with taking feedback. But again, and that's the thing, once we say action, you know, as an actor, you're alone. You need to figure it out with the other actors. I cannot be there and, you know, like say, do this or that. And exactly the same is happening when you were on court. When you set step on court, you need to manage. And so I think that fact that she had already, you know, like 15 years of experience as a tennis player, you know, like she was that perfect for the role. And we could do it in a, you know, like the more technical way.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, actually it sounds weird, but we had a lot of fun on the set. And that was very important for me, like every day. Like it was just like, because for me it was important to, you know, like,
Yeah.
It's not because we make a drama that we should make it in a dramatic way. And that's, again, we go back to that fragility, you know, and the pressure or something. You know, I think there was also a kind of lightness in the movie at times. And that's because, you know, like I wanted to, you know, have that ambience on set all the time. And that's, for example, also why we worked with some friends of her who were in the movie. I think, like, basically, like every tennis player, you know, like she somehow knew from, you know, on the court or because they play at the same club. Also, the family was much present on set. You know, like her sister was, I think, there on a daily basis, and her dog, the dog of Julie, is actually Tessa's her real dog. And, you know, like also this or something, like, I don't know, it was for me important that, you know, like there was a separation between the moment we say action, you know, she was Julie, and the moment we say cut, you go back to Tessa and you engage and you talk and you make jokes and, you know, do all of that or something. And I think, you know, also because you say that liberation, you know, of a voice, the end of silence,
Yes.
you know, that's why it was also so important for me to execute that, you know, like to be the positive, you know, like bring a positive story and to do it in a very positive way.
On some way, we can think about this film as a film about healing trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder to what extent this film is personal for you.
I mean, you know, I think, you know, we're human beings, and, you know, like healing trauma is always personal in that way. And I've tried to, you know, approach it in a very open way that, you know, everybody in the audience in a way can relate to Julie and can also project their own trauma into that. Because again, I prefer more maybe the word silence, because if you think about it, you know, like we all have silence in us. And, you know, sometimes, you know, silence is something good because it brings inner peace and, you know, rest. Sometimes it's very violent, you know, and you know, in that way, it's a very universal idea, you know, and it can be on the big scale, it can be on the small scale, and all the reasons why we keep quiet, you know, it's because we don't want to talk, it's because we are ashamed, is it because we want to talk about it, we don't find the right words? Is it because we don't dare to talk? Is it we don't talk because we need to protect somebody? You know, like endless.
I must confess that I really envied Julie the space and time she had for healing the trauma. And I think it's a great gift from you as a director to her and to the audience that you gives us the space. And because we need to finish the talk, but really, I'm really grateful that you gave us the time and space. So thank you so much, and shall we invite people to watch the film at the festival? And because film will hit the theaters nationwide, so the film will be screened in all Poland. So
I'm very, very happy for that, and very happy that the movie gave you some time to be with yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.